Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim and I am She from shemadeknits. Today I want to try something new. I want to change up the format in which I make my videos. So I would like to welcome you to my first video in this new series. I'd like to put out these videos weekly where I just talk about what I'm currently working on, knitwise and crochet, what kind of yarn I'm using, what I'm liking, what I'm not liking, and just kind of keep you updated on what's going on. Because I feel like it's very hard for me to figure out how to talk about everything without just focusing on certain things and then forgetting about others. So I figure if I do like a weekly video, then I can talk about everything. I can have it all here with me and just let you know what I've been doing. If you think that that is something interesting and you want to stick around, then I would love for you to subscribe. So to start off this series, I think it would be a good idea to go through all of my whips with you. So all of my works in progress, and just kind of talk about each item, the yarn, the tools that I'm using. Then we can kind of go from there so that you already have an idea once I start doing like updates and stuff like that. I may have to split this video into two because I have a lot of whips here. I'll insert a clip of everything that I currently want to go through with you. With all of that having been said, let's get started. The first piece that I want to show you today is a sweater that I'm working on. So this is what the front looks like. It's got a V-neck, and this is the back. I still have a few more rows that I need to do before I can do the ribbing. And the way I've constructed this is I started with the ribbing and worked my way up, and then I did the V-neck / the armholes and shoulders. I did those separately, and then when I was ready to connect them, I casted on the amount of stitches that I needed, and I've just been continuing the back, working top down. So I started bottom up and now I'm working top down. And then once it's done, I'll connect the sides together and I'll add the sleeves. I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do about like borders, so like the neckline. I'm not sure if I want to do ribbing or if I want to just do like an I-cord or something like that. Really not sure. I am using two different yarns, both in the color black, obviously. I have a mohair and a cashmere. The needles that I'm using, I got these quite a while back. They were just from Amazon, just metal circular needles. This is a 5mm, which I'm using for the body, the stockinette portion, and then for the ribbing, I used a 4mm. This was not the original vision. I started off by following a pattern, which I'll put a photo of up here. And this was the first pattern that I've ever done where I was going to add in some like lace detailing. And when I got to the chart, I just could not figure it out. For the life of me, I could not figure it out. And so I ended up just using the stitch count from the pattern and just wing the rest. But I did try to do a little bit of lace detailing here. I'll try to get a better clip, but yeah, that's just on the front, right above the ribbing. I think it's really cute. I'm really happy with this one. I definitely want to continue it. It is just taking some time. Thankfully, it is still kind of chilly out, so hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit of wear out of it. That's if I finish it in time. I'm gonna put all of the projects back here as we finish going through them so that we can kind of see how many there are in the end. Moving on to project number 2. This is a piece that I have been working on for I'd say about 2 years now, on and off. I keep losing interest because things are just not working out the way I want them to. I do still really want to finish it. It's a cotton t-shirt. You may have seen photos or videos of this in the past. Yeah, I really love it. I love the concept, at least. And the way I constructed it was I did these strips of 4 blocks. So each strip I casted on 18 stitches, and I did stockinette stitch for 22 rows of each color. And each strip is 4 squares, and then I sewed them together. So for the front panel, there's 5 strips. Same thing for the back panel. So this is one of the sides, and this is where the armhole will be, of course. And then other side, I started crocheting a little bit. I'm still not convinced. I'm not really happy with it. I wanted to originally just knit the sleeves and make it a short sleeve. But because I keep starting the sleeves and then pulling them back and starting them and pulling them back, the stitches are starting to stretch a bit, so it just wasn't looking right. I'm still not sure what to do. If you have any ideas or if you've dealt with this in the past, please help me. Because I really do, I love the idea of this, and I don't want to take it apart. Like, I think it would just be such a cute t-shirt, kind of flowy, kind of baggy, but like boxy looking. But yeah, anyway, the yarn that I used for this, the off-white is Bernat Handicrafter 100% cotton, and the black is 2 different cottons. So I started off with the Bernat Handicrafter 100% cotton in black licorice, I believe it is. But then I ran out, and I noticed that the loops and threads, it matched pretty seamlessly, so I continued with that. And to knit up the strips, I used a pair of 5.5 millimeter knitting needles, straight needles, and I chose that just so I could get more of like a flowy kind of fabric and not have it be super stiff. But I also didn't want to size up too much because I didn't want it to become see-through. I did like a single crochet collar. I think I'm gonna keep it. I do like it. It is very clean, but we'll see. I really need help figuring out what to do for the sleeves. So that's project number 2. I really want to be able to finish this one. I want to be able to wear it this summer. I think it would just complement my wardrobe really, really nicely. Next up is the beginning of a shawl. I've started many different shawls in the past, but I've never actually completed any. But I'm really liking the way this one is turning out. I like the detailing that I'm getting from the increases down the middle, and the yarn that I'm using is 1 strand of mohair and 1 strand of merino wool, both of course in black, my favorite. And I am knitting them on 7 millimeter straight needles. I am going to have to switch to my circular needles very, very soon. It's starting to get too long. I could already switch it now, but I really like these wooden needles. I want to keep it on here for just a little bit longer. I don't have a pattern for it. I'm just currently taking notes, just winging it, and I really do love how it's turning out. I think it's really, really pretty. It's kind of hard to show it on camera like this, but I'll try to get a proper shot of it flat so you can see the detailing. Sorry. Cat fur on everything, of course. I think it looks really cool. Anyway, I am working from the bottom up to the top, and I think what I'm going to do to decrease the curling that is happening here because of the stockinette is I was thinking of crocheting little picots all the way around. I think that would really just kind of tie it together, and it would look really cute. I definitely like a more simple kind of look and stitch, but I do like small details. Yeah, there you go. You can see it a bit better. Does it not look like a spine? I love it. Yeah, so that is project number 3. I have another t-shirt in progress. So This is how it's currently looking. It's a 3x3 rib, and again, I don't have a pattern for it. I'm just freehanding it and taking notes as I go. So the inspiration for this piece came from just scrolling through Instagram. I'll put some photos up of where my inspiration came from. I think it is adorable. My only issue with it is that I made it too short. It all fits me fine. It's just, it hits like just a couple of inches below the bust. I would have preferred it to be at least at my waist. So what I'm thinking of doing, since I did already take all of the notes, taking off the sleeve, and then pulling back both the front and back panel to where I started the V-neck here. And the way that I constructed this was from the bottom up. So I really have to take all of this progress off, get to here, continue with the 3x3 rib for quite a few more inches, and then I can go ahead and separate for the sleeves and create either the V-neck again, or I can just have it match the back panel. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do for the neckline, but I have time to think about that. So that's the plan with this one. We shall see. And the yarn that I'm using is 100% acrylic. It's really, really soft though, and it's kind of fuzzy too, and the color is just beautiful. I know it looks super, super tiny, but it of course does stretch because of the ribbed stitch. It goes from like that all the way out. So it's definitely the correct size. I know it doesn't look like it, and the sleeve looks really silly when it's not being worn, but it goes to like about here, and I really love it. So I definitely want to do the sleeves the same way. I'm just not sure about the neckline, but I will keep you updated. Oh, and I'm using 5mm circular needles for this piece. Next up, I have another knit piece. It's a raglan style knit. The intention with this is to create a sweater dress, but have it be like kind of oversized. I still have quite a ways to go, and as you can see, I have it on scrap yarn right now because I needed the needles for another project because my brain just cannot stop starting new things. The yarn I'm using, I received secondhand quite a few years back. I don't know exactly what the fiber is. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what the fiber content of this yarn is, but I have said in the past that it feels like, hey sweetie, it does feel like an acrylic and wool blend, but if I'm wrong, then I think it's really just acrylic. So for this piece, because it's a raglan, I started from the top and I'm going down. So I started with the ribbing here, and for that I used a pair of 4mm circular needles, and then for the stockinette I am using 6mm needles. I think that's everything that I wanted to say about that. This one may have to go on hold for a little while because the weather is starting to warm up. I mean, it is spring. It is definitely still chilly outside here in Canada, but I won't have any use for this in the summer. So unless it's just a project that I work on here and there, I think this might have to go away for the summer. Either way, I have a bunch of notes. I'm just winging it again, which is what I tend to do with a lot of my projects. So to just give you a bit of a visual, this is where I'm at with this piece. So I still have quite a ways to go for the sleeves, but I think the way I set it up, I'm gonna get that boxy look that I'm looking for. So that's that one. So the next project is another one that I am likely going to have to put on hold until the weather gets chilly again. It's a hood slash kind of bonnet slash balaclava, whatever you want to call it. Maybe not balaclava, but a hood, and I intend to have straps coming from both sides, both corners here, and have them long enough that I can make like a cute bow. I do have one started. It's not long enough yet. I definitely want it to be longer. The intention with the straps is to have them sewed in on the inside. So the way that I constructed this one is I started with a large rectangle, and then as I got closer to the bottom, I started to shape the neck, and then I folded it in half and seamed it up the top. And for this part right here, like the collar slash band, I just continued knitting and then attached it on the inside. And for the trim, I picked up all of these stitches going all the way around and then just knit about double this length, and again attached it at the seam on the inside. And because of the point up here, it's meant to have like a bit of like an elf kind of vibe. This is what it's currently looking like. And this as well, I don't have a pattern for. I am just freehanding it, but I do have tons of notes and step-by-step photos and like progress photos. And I am thinking of turning it into a pattern, but that would only be for next fall and winter. So this one is likely going to have to be retired for the summer as well. Next up, project number 7 is something that I've had on my needles for, I would have to say, probably a good like 2-3 years, and I still haven't finished it. I honestly don't know if I have any notes on this, so when I feel the inspiration, I'll pick it up again and try my best to continue it. So it's meant to be a little knitted rat. So this is where I started. This is like the bum right before the tail and going up to the head. Hopefully that kind of gives you a bit of a visual of what was in my head when I started this. Yeah, I think you can kind of get the idea. But yeah, the plan was to get to the end of the face, get to the nose, and then just continue until I got to the other side and do like the belly until I get to the end here. And then I would attach it, stuff it, add eyes, the whole thing. Yeah, and the inspiration for this was a friend of mine. When we would go out, she would make the joke that we were very classy sewer rats. And so I wanted to have our little sewer rat come to life. The needles are 3.25 millimeters. I'm not sure what the fiber content is of the yarn, but I received it secondhand, no labels, nothing. I'd say about like 3-4 years ago. It's really soft. It's nice and thin. Yeah, I really like it. It's got like a fuzziness to it, so it gives it like a bit of a halo effect. That's project number 7. This one is another plushie. It's another one that I started quite a few years ago, but I do definitely want to complete it. It was my first attempt at a plushie. It's meant to be a crochet teddy bear. Little armholes. And there's the front of the body, and that's the back. I love how his legs, or the legs, are mismatched. Yeah, this yarn is really cool. I do believe it's an acrylic and mohair blend of sorts, but I could be wrong, of course. There was no label on this when I received it, so. But yeah, it's really beautiful. The crochet hook that I'm using for this, I don't have it in this bag right now, which is kind of odd, but I believe it was a 2.5mm crochet hook. So yeah, because the stitches are very, very tiny, as you can see. But yeah, there's like a bit of a halo for this one too. It's really cute. And I just think that this is going to turn out really, really nice once I actually have the patience to complete it. So I need to do the 2 arms and the head. But yeah, as my first crochet plushie, I think I did really, really well, at least at my first attempt. I have worked on it since. The first time I stopped working on this one, it was here about, I would say. I had just connected the legs and I was starting the body. And then I had done all of this. That was the second time that I worked on it, or the first time that I picked it back up. So hopefully the next time I pick it back up will be the last time, but I really wouldn't bet on that. And I do think that in the future, once this is done, making little sweaters and stuff for him would just be adorable. So that's project number 8. Project number 9, you may have seen in the past. It's a crochet pumpkin pouch / purse. I absolutely love this piece. I think it is adorable. I just need to crochet a proper strap. I do want it to be a crossbody bag. I am a big fan of pumpkins. If you know me at all, you know that. And I love this, like, this scrappy looking pumpkin. I think he's so cute. But yeah, so I have more of the yarn that I used for the top part here and for the little drawstrings. And that's what I would like to use for the strap. I just haven't done it. I don't know why I haven't picked it up. I guess other projects are calling to me more than this one is. But I really do want to finish it. So it'll continue to stay in my pile of whips until it is done. Number 10 is another knit plushie. It's a cat. So I have made one of these before and I just wanted to make a second one. It's currently all pinned together. I just need to sew it, stuff it, make and add the tail and the eyes. He's kind of like a little alien kitty, but I think he's so cute. And the yarn that I'm using for this is an acrylic and wool blend. Again, I don't have a pattern for this. I don't think I took any progress photos, but I do have a ton of notes. And my plan is to turn it into a pattern. If anyone is interested, let me know and I will get on that. If not, then I'll finish it when I finish it. Another project that I have been working on. This is one that I started and then stopped very, very quickly. It's a crochet cotton rose. There is a pattern for this, and so I will link it down below and I will put the creator's name up here so you know which one, what to look for. So here are 3 out of the 9 petals that are needed to create this rose. They're very cute. They were easy to make, easy to follow. I love the little picots around it. Really looks like a flower petal, like a rose petal. It's very cool. The construction is really, really cool. Love it. And this yarn is Loops and Threads Classic Cotton. It's 100% cotton yarn. And I am currently using a 3.5mm hook because I wanted it to be very sturdy. So that's that. I still have 6 more petals to go, but they do get smaller and smaller. So at least there's that. I've already done the biggest ones. I just have to do 3 more of a middle size and then 3 of a small size. And then I can assemble it. So hopefully I'll do that sooner than later. Next up is a project that I did finish quite a while back. I'll put some photos up of the finished item. It was my first knit dress, but I have since taken apart the straps and the chest area because I wanted to rework it. But since doing that, I've tried it on quite a few times, and to be honest, I'm just not really feeling it. So I'm kind of torn right now. Like this was a lot of work, and I don't want to just take it apart, but at the same time, I don't really see myself finishing it again. I did have one idea of separating for the arms, completing the front panel and the back panel, attaching them at the shoulders and making a t-shirt dress, but it's very much like a bodycon dress, which could be really cute, but I'm just not sure. Another option would be to fold the top in, place an elastic on the inside and create a waistband so it could be a skirt. I think that could be cute. I only recently thought of that idea, so I'm gonna toy around with it in my mind for a bit. The sweater that I mentioned earlier, this one, the one that I'm gonna turn into a sweater dress, it's the same yarn. And this is actually the project that I had originally had the needles on this one for. So I took the needles off of this one to place them back on here. Those are my thoughts on this one. If you have any ideas that you want to share, I would love to hear it. I'm open to suggestions, and yeah, I welcome any new ideas. All right, we are gonna end this with an odd number of items. Okay, so for the last piece that I was able to find for today's video, I do believe that this is the actual last whip that I have currently, but I could definitely be wrong. If I find more, then I will make a part 2 to this. But as of right now, this is my last whip. Number 13 is another knit sweater. It's gonna be a super oversized pink and black striped sweater. I would like it to be quite long, so if I want to wear it as a dress, I can. The yarn that I'm using is Paint Box acrylic yarn. I believe it's the Simply Chunky. It's a weight 4, and I actually found it on the Loved Crafts website years back, and I found it for like, I believe it was on sale for like 70 something cents or something a skein, and so I bought 20 of them. The black yarn that I'm using is Loops and Threads classic acrylic, or I'm not 100% sure what the line is, but I'll add it here. I don't have a pattern for this sweater either. This one I'm just winging as I go. I started from the bottom ribbing and I'm working my way up. So once I get to a length that I'm happy with, I'll separate for the sleeves, finish the front and back panels, attach them at the shoulders, and then either continue with the collar and then do the sleeves, or do the sleeves and then finish with the collar. And that'll be that. So, oh, and I am using 6.5 millimeter needles for the stockinette, and then for the ribbing at the bottom I used 5 millimeter knitting needles. So that is everything that I am currently working on. So let's take a look. So here's everything that we just went over in today's video, and there's one right underneath the kitty. You just can't see the bag. I mean, you might be able to see. No, it's yours now, eh? It's yours? Yeah, so she claimed that one, so we'll just let her have it for now. But that is my 13 current whips, my works in progress. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Any patterns that I mentioned, which I believe was only one, I will link down below, that one for the rose. I would love to know, what are you currently working on? Leave a comment letting me know. That would be awesome. Let me know your thoughts on this format of video. I honestly really like it. I do feel like I have been struggling to figure out what to say quite a bit, but that's my bad because I didn't write myself any notes. I'm kind of just winging the entire thing, which I should know by now. I'm not good at that. I need little notes here and there just to keep me on track and on the actual point. So in the future, I will definitely write myself some notes, and so hopefully it'll be a little bit smoother if it wasn't. But I enjoyed it, and so I hope to make more of these in the future. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe. I would love to have you here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.